Hello and welcome back to Section D. We're here at Blacklemore Barbers in Brighton, and today in the chair we have Jack Francis, aka Skate with Jack. All right, and Jack, what are we doing with your hair, bro?
3 on the sides. It's summer now, so let's go short.
3 on the sides.
3 on the sides, and then just chop into it on the top. It gets pretty thick.
Why don't we start by you telling us a little bit more about yourself and the skate club?
Yeah, so I teach skateboarding. I've always taught in some capacity. I also teach English as a foreign language. About 6 years ago, I got a job at Brighton Youth Centre skate park. It's closed for refurbishment at the moment, but they've got a skate park on the top floor. Skated there a fair bit. Marcus, who used to work there, said to me, I think there might be a job coming up, and as you're a teacher and a skateboarder, maybe you might be able to teach skateboarding. And it worked out really well because I was teaching English as a foreign language until 3 o'clock, jump on a bus, get over to BYC to start teaching skateboarding at 4:15. Yeah, because I wrote a book about how to skateboard. I thought kind of building on that, start to do my own lessons and stuff.
Oh, so the book came first before you started?
The book came first, yeah. At one point I was thinking, because when I initially started teaching English as a foreign language, promoting myself online, one of the things that helps in terms of marketing is having a niche. Well, initially when I was thinking like, what can I specialize in? It would be amazing if I could just teach language to skateboarders, but I think that might be a little bit too much of a niche.
Yeah, man, so passing on your knowledge and experience is such a powerful thing. Have you always had that in you?
Well, I've done it for a while. When I went to uni, basically we worked for the university and we went into schools, ran like workshops or like master classes where kids would come from schools and come to the university. And some of them were, I did geography at uni, so some of them were like geography based, with someone would run a class and we'd kind of help facilitate it. So I did that while I was at uni. When I came out of uni, I kind of was thinking of becoming a secondary school teacher, but didn't really want to become a secondary school teacher.
So teaching has always been like around.
Yeah. So then to be given the opportunity to teach skateboarding, it just made sense really.
Okay, dude, so you've taught somebody the basics of skateboarding. You've taught them how to stand on a skateboard, how to balance, how to push, ollie. How far does the teaching go? At what point do they start doing their own thing and making their own style of skateboarding?
So it really just depends on the individual. So with the kids classes, the way it works is they normally come to beginner classes where they will learn the basics, pushing, turning, going down ramps. Most of the time they'll kind of move up to an improvers class where it's a bit more free skate, so they kind of choose what they want to do, and then at some point we'll learn a trick together. But whenever you teach anything, teach them the trick that you're aiming for. But then for kids who might find it a bit trickier, you'll give them something easier to do and like a simplified version of the trick. So just through that process, kids will seek out their own. Like one of the things that I like to kind of do is give them the option.
Give them the freedom.
Be like, you might want to try do that on a ramp or do it off a ramp or But in terms of like, it's a tricky one with like style. When you're learning the basics of skateboarding, I guess it's hard to style is something that you'd learn
over time.
You're not learn, but like develop over time. It could be your selection of tricks. So there's quite a lot of people who like to do like old school tricks, like bonuses and no complies, and like picking up the board with their hands, so going up quarter pipes and like grabbing the boards, foot plants and stuff.
Sick.
But then style can also just be, the way that you do the trick. But it is fun seeing kids learn to skate and then start to get a bit of confidence and give stuff a go. And it doesn't matter how good you get at skateboarding, that feeling of like landing something for the first time is the same when you're 5-year-old trying to like go off like a little small drop.
Yeah, man.
Or a 32-year-old.
Yeah, no, for sure, man, for sure. You know, I used to skate, and there was no better feeling than being able to land a trick.
Yeah. Where did it all go wrong?
Oh, mate. To be fair, the one thing that stops me from doing it is having a bad injury on my arm. If I fell off and I couldn't cut hair.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember going into work, teaching at the school. In the summer, break my wrist, cast on my arm, writing on the whiteboard with a cast on my arm. It is quite funny at the age of, I think I was like in my late 20s when that happened.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I can't come into work. I hurt myself skateboarding.
So you mentioned your book there, How to Train Your Skateboard. First of all, congrats, man. That's a really sick accomplishment to release a book, your own book. And secondly, what could people expect if they were to read it?
It's a guide to skateboarding. So if you're learning to skate, it takes you through everything from picking your board, your wheels, trucks, putting it together, where to skate, different ramps and obstacles you might encounter at skate parks, what to wear. So that's it's split into 3 sections. The first section is all of that stuff about, just getting ready to go out on your skateboard. A little bit about the history of skateboarding. And then second section, third section are all about how to skate. So second section is like basic skills that you might need to skate. Standing on your board, pushing, turning, different ways to turn, stopping. And then the second part are tricks. To be honest, I was super lucky to have the opportunity to do the book. My old next door neighbour works in publishing, and over lockdown we got chatting. We were banging the pots and pans out on the we just got chatting, and she said to me, I was thinking of doing a project, how to skate. Would you be up for a book about how to skate? I was like, yes, I'll be happy to get involved in something like that. Yeah. And then 3-6 months down the line, she's like, so that book that you said you'd write, I was like, what? It's such an amazing project to kind of be involved with. It's really, really well illustrated. Eva Zach, she's based out in Berlin. She did an amazing job with the illustrations. All of the illustrations are based on photos that I took. So just the process of taking, I got my mates to come up to the skate park, and I took videos of them doing the tricks. They had to do the tricks hundreds. I was like, it's not quite right. Even once they'd done the tricks, I put little notes into the illustrator and be like, could you make sure that you get it? It's been translated into 3 different languages,
mate. Which is so sick.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, man.
You can get it in Korean or French or Hungarian. Mate, but yeah, it's just nuts. To be honest, I'm not really bothered about it selling. I've got a copy of it. I've got the copies of the translator, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, and I definitely owe some thanks to my mates Chris and Mark. And Andy, who read big chunks of it and kind of gave me feedback on how it read and how it especially Andy read the bit the history part. And because a lot of people when they write books they'll do like loads and loads of research. And I felt quite lucky in the sense that with the how to do the tricks, I don't really need to research that much. But
you skate yourself, right? So
exactly. But for the history of skateboarding, I had to really kind of do quite a bit of research on that.
All right, and Jack, what's next for you then, bro? What you got coming up?
So we've got the Summer Holiday Skate Club. As I mentioned before, it's going to be bigger and better than ever before.
Wow.
Yeah, going to get a whole bunch of new ramps for that. I'd really love to do like a skate camp for kids that are a bit more into skateboarding.
Okay.
Not that the kids that we teach aren't a bit more into skateboarding, but whose level is like slightly higher, who, you know, like live for skateboarding.
Yeah. They live and breathe it, yeah.
They do exist in the UK, but there isn't anything like that down here in the south, so get the book into Spanish.
Oh yeah. All right, bro, well, it's a pleasure having you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming along.
No problem.